Guys, one of the most challenging things you're going to find about being in the closed guard is just breaking the guard open. All right, so the mistake that we make is we think about pushing the knee down as hard as we can. Now, why does that not work? Open your guard, sir. Close it up. Think about where people are flexible and think about where they're limited. If I push down on his knees, really what all that happens is his knees kind of separate and we're all kind of flexible in that way. So really the concept of breaking open the closed guard is not separating the feet and the knees. It's actually finding a way to keep the hips stationary, immobilized, and then using our body to extend the legs out and straight. So from a different angle, if his guard is closed, how do we find a way to use our hips to straighten out and therefore break open the legs? It starts with that good base and those good anchor points that we already addressed. And then it's how do I keep his hips stationary? Some of our guard breaks rely heavily on us just holding them down. For example, sometimes we'll grab both hips and then just slide backwards. All right, and that's great when you're starting out, but what if they have really strong legs? You're gonna have to switch that up. So I'll use staggered grips this time. And instead of using my hands to push his hips to immobilize them, I'll use my backside knee and slide it right to his tailbone. And I'm still holding him down, but my knee is really what's keeping him stationary. So as I turn my hips and slide away, see how his legs straighten out? And you might be thinking, I'm short, or my opponent's really tall, long legs. Then it's okay to start adjusting. So we get these really strong anchor points, knee goes in the middle, I step back, now watch, I try to slide back, it's not breaking the guard. I'll start walking my hands away, and I'll slide even further. Now sometimes that's not gonna get it done. Sometimes you're gonna have to stand up, and this is probably our preferred method of breaking open the guard. But the rule is this, if you're gonna stand up in somebody's guard, you never do it just freely with your hips, your feet square like this. He grabs your feet, he sweeps you. Your rule is if you're gonna stand up with your feet square, meaning both feet come forward, you gotta take a sleeve with you so that he cannot sweep. So I would grab the sleeve and I would lean forward, this is key. Watch my angle, I lean forward, and it's like I'm climbing a mountain. I start walking forward. I still have his sleeve. Now breaking the guard becomes pretty easy. All right, guys? One last time. Sometimes our knee goes in the middle and we slide back to break open the guard. Sometimes we grab the sleeve and march forward and then break open the guard. Sometimes we combine those two elements with the staggered stance. So I have my staggered grips, I step up, but I keep one foot back away from him, and I just twist my body back and away.